just get it right.
Right.
For the most. That's all we're asking. I thought the match day one game, I think it was Italy, with the handball set the tone.
Yes.
The handball that wasn't given. That VAR went and looked at and went, OK, his arm was out a little bit, but not much, so they've not given it. So that's given us a good gauge because it means that arm's probably going to have to be outstretched now, unnatural. So the players are good with it going forward. I think the Premier League referees will make an absolute dog's dinner of it again next year.
It can't be as bad.
Well,
it can't be as bad.
It seemed to me that Peter Walton, our colleague who seems to have gone on the missing list somewhere, that's another story, used to say to me or us, well, you know, we find it hard to look at the replays and that. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But actually, some of these dimwits in England, and I'm not painting them all with that brush, but most of them, struggled with the most common sense decisions, looked at replays and went, oh, nothing to see here. And everybody to a man was sitting scratching their head going, what the hell? I don't see how that's going to change.
See, those are things that you can't legislate for.
Yep.
Right. I was talking about the decision with Sterling where the way the rule was written was that if the referee gives a penalty and it's shown there was contact, regardless of the amount, then VAR couldn't get involved. Those are things that can be changed.
Right.
Unfortunately, the stuff Craig's talking about is unavoidable because it's just somebody who just maybe doesn't understand what they're looking at. So that's the biggest problem.
The thing was, Ian, I suppose, is numbers as well, in the sense that there were 7 people working VAR for the Euros, just 3 for the Premier League. If you're the Premier League, you're the richest league in the world, you want to maintain that brand as being the most exciting and popular league, surely you just spend the money, don't you? Just get the people in the booth saying, right, you're the offside VAR, you're in this, you're on that. If it can work, then why gamble? Why scrimp and save when you don't need to?
Yeah, it's a good point. If certainly money wouldn't be an object for the Premier League to do it with that many officials. Whether they've got that many at the kind of level they want to operate at, that might be another question, because it is just English officials. But generally speaking, I mean, they're talking about now there'll be thicker lines like they've been having in the Netherlands for the offside. That's good news because we don't want people being declared offside because they're wearing size 11 boots instead of size 10, or they had a haircut that day, or their fingernails have grown a bit longer. And it was absolutely farcical at times last season. Particularly, I mean, you might remember the one with Patrick Bamford of Leeds United at Crystal Palace, where he points to where he wants the ball played in. It's played in, he scores. Oh no, he's offside. Sorry. So absolutely crazy. So you hope common sense will prevail. You'll hope there'll be a different mentality where the officials will butt out a little bit more and basically only get involved if there's been a serious, underlined 15 times, serious error. We're not there to re-referee the game, and it did feel like that a bit too much in the Premier League last season. Let's hope there is a big improvement this time.
But I think going back to what Stevie was saying is something they need to look at. This, you know, they'll roll out the clear and obvious, right? I know England fans thought, for the most part, that it was a penalty, probably for Sterling. Maybe some of them didn't, but the occasion. But there was contact. But I think you can understand when contact's enough to knock somebody over and when it's just brushing together. And I think if you're not going to reverse a decision because it was brushing together, because you're saying, well, you know, how do I define the contact? That's just stupid. You kind of know.
How does having 7 or 8 people in the booth make it easier?
Well, it just did. It did.
No, because they said
for the Euros it did. Of course it did. We've all sat here and said that it's worked.
Yeah, but that doesn't work because there's 7 or 8 people. It worked because there was smarter people.
No, I think
yes, just because there's more.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does.
How does that make sense?
Because there wasn't all. There was
because you've got one person on VAR. You're the VAR. You're the offside VAR man. All you care about is whether or not he's offside. Good.
Right.
You're the incident man. All you care about is there an incident leading up to the goal?
So hold on a second. All these things happen at the one time. So that guy's doing that, and then that guy's doing that. And well, hey, by the way, can you do this incident?
What I'm talking about is efficiency. Is efficiency when a goal...
I'll tell you what.
There was a red card.
Oh, my God. What's our biggest complaint been about VAR? 2-3 minutes it's taken the Premier League to make a decision. Why is it quick in the Euros? Because everyone was assigned their own job.
That's not because it was 7.
Let me ask you a question.
Of course there is.
It's not.
It is. Right, is he offside? You know he isn't.
Let me ask you a question.
Where are you going?
just because the same group have come out and told us that, oh, we've looked at everything we did, it's 100%. Are you taking their word that it was far better having 7 people in the booth?
You just sat there and said that you couldn't argue about any of the decisions that we were struggling to
that's got nothing to do with how many people made the decision.
Why?
Right, I'm going to ask another point.
What's the 3 people can get the decision right.
Because
7 people can get it right, but they can all get it wrong as well.
Everyone had their defined role.
You've got a...
Defined role. Honestly,
I don't understand.
Right. No, you don't.
Because what's the problem here?
What's the difference?
Because it worked, and it was quick, and it was efficient.
But they're doing one incident at a time, right?
No, each referee is, yes.
There's only one incident on the field.
But there's only one incident that happened.
But you know how many things you have to look at when a said goal's been scored.
Also, one guy's not good enough to do...
No, it's not.
One guy's not good enough to do the goal line, and this guy's not good enough to do offside, and this guy's not good enough to do
It's all about
penalties.
making the puzzle work quickly, and that's what they found, wasn't it?
But it's one guy making... It's one guy making a decision.
It's not.
Why do you need 3 different people?
Because it's quicker.
It's not quicker.
I tell you of course it's quicker.
It's still the
Why
same
don't
guy.
we have...
It's not the same guy, it's a different guy.
Let's have 4 referees on the field at play. Then one can do the offside, one can do the kick-offs, one can do the goal kicks, one can do that.
Oh, I'm refereeing the game. Oh, I can't do the red card.
Can't do the red
That's
card.
not-
Let's
Ian
get
Darke.
somebody
Ian
on
Darke.
that can do red
What
cards.
do you think?
It sounds like you're having a VAR party there. this feeling that, I mean, I'm kind of sympathising a little bit what Stevie's saying. Has anybody said until now that the number of people doing it is the problem? Okay, they got it spot on with 7, so maybe it is 7. But they operated it with 3. I don't think that was the problem, really, the numbers. I think it was the mentality that they got wrong, and really, they just weren't as good officials in the Premier League as they were operating in the European Championships. So it was a question of level and competence of the officials concerned.
Right.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.